The reason why sometimes I'm bittersweet about the whole Charlo Canelo matchup is because I remember 6, 7 years ago when American and Kell Brook was fighting Triple G and Canelo. I remember when they picked those two guys that they wanted to fight at 47. While it was other guys that was at 154. I know Laura was around there already. I know Canelo fought Laura, but Trout was down there with Canelo fought. But Charlo and both Charlos were down there, and Andre was down there. And I know that Crawford wasn't at 47 yet, but those are some guys that they chose to fight with, besides fighting the Charlos at the time. And if Crawford would have been at 47, they wouldn't have fought him either. And anybody knows right now that even if you don't like Keith Thurman, he's a bigger threat than what Amir Khan was to anybody. So, and a lot of people know that. So you picked guys who wasn't even top 147 pounders, and now it's kind of like 6, 7 years later, you're doing something that you were supposed to do 6, 7 years ago. Like, imagine if we would have seen him fight Charlo instead of Amir Khan. Then that would have been a coming out party for Charlo. But instead of giving him the same opportunity that Floyd gave, he was like, well, let me just wait 6, 7 years until Charlo build himself up, and then let me do that. Canelo didn't have to get undisputed to get a Floyd fight. Like, the standards to get a Canelo fight is out the roof at this point. It's for like Floyd didn't even have to tell guys like, oh, you have to get undisputed first. Like, you know, certain, not saying that he told him he had to get undisputed first, but you chose him because he got undisputed. Being a 154 and undisputed, people's not going to question it because they're going to say, well, Canelo was at 154 before, and you know how that goes. But I don't have a dog in the fight, but it's just odd to me that things are kind of, it's like, man, this could have happened 6, 7 years ago. I was waiting on this 6, 7 years ago. That's what people don't understand. I have more information on that coming later, but Amir Khan, when you look at it, it's like, dude, you don't want to fight Terrence Crawford because of size or he's this, he's that, but you fought Amir Khan. Amir Khan's not a big 54. Before he got into the gym with Andre and Virgil Hunter, he wasn't. They put him through a strenuous workout. I mean, it wasn't anything that he was doing before to get in serious shape. He was just getting certain things and big fights. It wasn't because he was doing the certain things. Charlos had to work their way up to $7 million. They wasn't giving $7 million from Canelo. Amir Khan, he had decent fights back then, but nah. If you look at it now, you see now why people forced Canelo on this. If Canelo would have beat Bivol, he wouldn't have been looking at Charlo right now. Fans forced this on him. Couldn't get a knockout of Mexico, so they forced this on him. He didn't get nothing out of this. But he will soon, though. And if Charlo gets the knockout, it's going to be a big risk if he get a knockout. Because if you think what they said about Earl Spence, about how neurology and all this stuff coming out, it's going to be a whole lot of stuff with Canelo if he get a knockout. If Charlo get a knockout on Canelo, he going to be the first one. And if I hear anybody saying that after I say drop this video, I know you in my junk. So don't even play me like that. But yeah, he going to be the first one. And Triple G and them could have did this a long time ago. Could y'all imagine if Triple G and Canelo would have fought Spence and Charlo back then? Instead of Amir Khan and Kell Brook? And we see all the stuff that Kell Brook and Amir Khan is not serious about boxing. But the guys who are, like Terrence Crawford, almost 40, putting these young boys down. Nah, you don't want none of that smoke. And Crawford came from 35. So just imagine how crazy it is now that Crawford like, hey, I want to fight Canelo at 68. Nah, size, all that stuff, all these, excuses. But then you fought Amir Khan though. I ain't no new guy. I was watching Canelo way before then, so I already know what's going on. But Charlo, if Charlo get that, that's the first one. But that's gonna be a whole nother video. But yeah, I'm just thinking, I'm like, that's why I can't really get this man a pat on the back for doing something he been supposed to do. That's just how I feel. Anybody can say what they want to. I want the Benavidez Canelo fight 2 or 3 years ago. So everybody saying one champion, the real and all this stuff. All right, cool. But I'm just saying, like, we're gonna keep it fair. We're gonna keep it fair. We're gonna revisit the history. We're gonna let everybody know what's going on. If you knew, you're gonna get informed to the information. But that's what's going on. People don't want to tell the whole story, but we pick dudes got to get undisputed and stuff to fight a guy who lost already. This ain't no undefeated Floyd we talking about. This a dude who just got pummeled by Bivol. He supposed to be gonna get rematches with somebody else.